Petersen of Iowa State, 350 pounds, against Steve Wilber of Iowa, who weighs probably about 245, 250, something like that. Petersen won the first match between these two, and the dual meet in Ames.
You can see the difference in something like that. Wilber's in trying to grab a hold of him, and Petersen just kind of flips him away with an arm, like sort of like swatting a fly away.
Heavyweight match.
Now Wilber's very good when he gets in like this at being able to foot sweep his opponent, and the size really isn't as important then as balance. So what he likes to do is get into those hook positions and then sweep.
Petersen's made 2 grabs for leg pickups, but didn't make him. Remember, the tournaments start next week, the Big 8s and the Big 10 championships. And we'll have the Iowa High School State Championships right here, live, starting at 6:30. A week from tonight, Saturday night, Veterans Auditorium in Des Moines. A lot of these wrestlers of these two teams started out by winning big tournaments in the Iowa championships.
A lot of the boys from both teams have been state champions, that's for sure. Some of them 2 and 3 times, a couple 4.
Couple 4. Randall and Gibbons. No score here in the first period.
The matches at heavyweight tend so many times to come down to just kind of strategy sessions. You know, if you don't get taken down, you're a little bit smaller. Then can you put the man down and maybe turn him over, or at least keep him from getting out, and then can you get out? So you kind of put it into a riding time, or who's going to be able to hold on to the other guy. Now there's a good sweep on Wilber's part, but he's trying to bulldog him down. He just doesn't have the other arm. That other arm was still free. If he'd have gone hard with that, he might have had a better chance to get it.
Wilber gets a cheer from the Iowa crowd for that.
I don't think Petersen wants to let Wilber get that arm up around the head like that and get it locked up. Puts you in kind of a vulnerable position.
For one thing, it messes up your headgear, just as it did there. You had to go over to the side of the mat to retrieve it. We're back again.
Again, and Wilber's he's intentionally trying to dig under those arms. And we think that Petersen now, he's going to have to work a different kind of strategy to get it.
Warning against both of them.
Here's
a double warning.
He's got under both arms again now. Really, Petersen is kind of vulnerable if Wilber hits it, but he just didn't quite.
We told you about that address for writing about college wrestling coverage. You'll take your time to let us know your thoughts about what we've been doing this year. We'll show you that address here in this heavyweight match. Steve Wilber and Darryl Petersen with only 10 seconds left to go. In the first period, there's been no score. Each man has been warned for stalling.
Well, Petersen, if he wants to win the strategy match on his feet, needs to be able to create more pressure in.
There it is, the end of the first 3-minute period. We'll go to the 2-minute periods now here in Carver Hawkeye Arena. There's the address, College Wrestling, in care of Iowa Public Television, Post Office Box 1758. That's 1758, Des Moines, Iowa, 50306, 5306. Tell us what you think. Petersen starts on top. It was Wilber's choice. Wilber decided to take down.
Petersen doesn't want to let him get to his feet, I'm sure. He wants to pick a leg, chop, knock him down, and get him off his base. Now it's a good maneuver on Wilber's part to be able to get that escape. Get out under that weight.
And Wilber takes the lead, 1-0. Remember, after this match is over, we'll talk to Harold Nichols. Show you highlights of the season before we get away. Petersen won the first match between these two men at Ames, but Wilber is up here by a point.
Well, I'm sure the coaches from Iowa State don't want Petersen to let Wilber get in this position right here. Elbows out away from the side, locked up. They don't want him here.
there goes the headgear again. See, I keep telling you, Chuck, it's a dangerous part of that position.
It is right now, but if you get just the right kind of momentum on that, it can be dangerous for 4 points as well.
Nate Carr. He was a 3-time national champion at Iowa State. They're doing a little show and tell for Darryl Peterson, what they want him to do.
They want him to snap his opponent down. They want him to pop the head and get his legs back out of the way and snap him down, not just hang on it. When you grab the head, it's not there to hang, it's there to be used. And if you remember Barry Davis's match, how effectively he used the head, that's what they want their heavyweight to do. Use that head, pop it, cuff it, turn it sideways.
Wilber has controlled the match. He's doing what he wants to do. And he leads 1-0.
He gets in under the arms, and then Peterson's elbows are way out. You see how high those elbows are out? And this can be a real dangerous position for him. The sizes is in favor of Petersen, but the position is in favor of Wilber.
And here it comes again. We have a half a minute to go in the second period. Again. There's a point for stalling against Petersen. And it's 2-0 now in favor of Wilber. The match is little by little getting away from the big Iowa State heavyweight.
He's letting Wilber maintain the position throughout. Now see, this time he has his elbows down and in, and Wilber gets out of it. That's what you don't want to let those elbows fly out to the outside.
2-0 is the score. Two minutes to go. Petersen on the bottom. Wilber on top. He got both these points in the second period. Petersen's been ranked this year. And he doesn't want to lose one going into tournaments.
He gave away that ankle and just let him get knocked down. Now, he's got to build back up here. A lot of heavyweights do what they call a tripod stand-up to get up. They straighten out their legs and raise their hips up first. And Wilber's trying to take that away by just picking the ankle up to knock his opponent down.
And Wilber has controlled this match exceedingly well from the start. There was no score in the first period. Wilber escaped at the beginning of the second, got a penalty then when Petersen was penalized for stalling.
So every time Petersen builds up, Wilber picks an ankle up and then pushes him on back down.
We have about a minute and 15 to go.
And the referee has told the man from Iowa, move out. Don't just stand behind him.
Another point, 3-0.
Now he gets to his feet. Just lifts the hips a little, takes him right back down.
And Wilber continues to control the 350-pound heavyweight from Iowa State, Darryl Petersen, 3-0, and we're in the last 45 seconds.
I think he's going to warn the man from Iowa this time for staying parallel.
Well, it's a penalty. It's the first point for Petersen, and that makes it 3-1. Because there was a warning earlier.
Well, he has ridden him long enough now to effectively get riding time, so the score is 4-1 now with the riding time point.
Right, he has a minute and 1 second.
There, he picked the ankle up, just take away that stand-up. Knocks the big man down. Now he's got to build back up and then start to get his back pressure into him. I don't think the referee will let him stay on that ankle forever.
Well, he uses it long enough to knock Petersen down, and then time goes by. 20 seconds to go in the final. There's a 2-point penalty against Petersen. That just about does it. 5-1. And this is the final duel meet between Harold Nichols and the rest of the world. After 37 years, we're going to talk to him. Wilber has defeated Darryl Petersen with riding time by a score of 6-1. A 6-1 victory for Steve Wilber. A reversal of their effort the last time. And Darryl Petersen, disappointed heavyweight. There's Harold Nichols talking to Keith Moreland. It's the final dual meet of his career. The team score here, 23 for Iowa and 9 for Iowa State. Now stick around, we're going to talk. We'll keep your eye on Harold Nichols there. He's going to be coming back to talk with Chuck Patton in just a moment. And then we're going to show you some highlights of the season before we get away too. A short little feature. Iowa State scored the same number of points as last time. They actually scored 10, but they had 1 point taken away.
How you doing, John?
And it was 10-8 at the intermission. There's Dan Gable talking now to Les Anderson, Iowa State assistant coach. We have an undefeated and untied season for the Hawks. They are perfect at the end of the dual season. They now go into a tournament schedule next week, which they hope will lead to their 8th straight national championship. And now here's Chuck Patton talking with Harold Nichols.
Yeah, I'm here with Coach Nichols. We want to talk just a little bit about his career, not necessarily about the meet tonight. But Nick, I do want to compliment you in those first 4 or 5 weights. Those guys were really going after it and did a heck of a job. But just tell us a little bit about your maybe strongest memories, the feelings that you have now that you're going to hang it up here as a coach after the dual meet season.
Well, it's hard to say. There have been so many over the years, and I've hesitated to try to pick out one in the whole group and afraid that I might forget some others. So well, I'd rather not answer that directly.
I'm sure it probably isn't in the form of national championships. A lot of the coaches get done, but it's probably in the form of some other things that kids did after they got done coaching a lot of times, isn't it?
I think it's that. Working with kids is an enjoyment, a lot of fun, and it's good to see them finish school, get out in the world, get out on their own.
Well, you've certainly had a lot of guys go out and do great things, Coach. And for myself, for Iowa Public Television, you know, you're the guy that got a lot of this started for us and made wrestling popular for wrestling all over the United States. You know, when we work together in the Rules Committee, we all appreciate it, and we have a great debt of gratitude to you, Coach Nichols, and we appreciate all you've done for the sport.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Nick.
Best of luck to you.
Same to you.
Well,
back now to Doug.
Thank you, Chuck. Well, we've come to the end of another